locker room. Players' final few moments to prepare for the game and the task ahead. From the plains of Oklahoma, welcome high above downtown Oklahoma City. Welcome, everybody. Thanks for joining us for NBA action on 2K Sports. With Greg Anthony and Brent Barry, this is Kevin Harlan. We'll be hearing from David Aldridge on the sideline. And a chance now to see how teams are faring across the league. Here's the latest edition of the Power Rankings. Taking a look at Houston. They couldn't hold their position this week, but remain in the top 10.
And I feel like Toronto, they're still sorting out their roster, trying to find a way to unlock their full potential in a holding pattern, if you will. And that could change, though, at any moment.
So let's take a look at the Toronto Raptors starting lineup. Van Vliet and Lowry are the 1 and the 2. Siakam at power forward with Gasol at center. And it's Johnson in at the 3, the small forward. And for the Thunder, Gallinari and Adams, the combo out front. Gilgeous-Alexander out there with Paul. And it's Baisley in at the small forward spot. Halfway through the season here, Brent, how do coaching staffs shake things up and keep things fresh over the long 82-game season?
I think coaches who are really smart, Kevin, can be a bit programmable where they're looking ahead at the schedule and saying there are blocks of games here in which we might try to change some of our defensive schemes, maybe over this 10-game stretch or 5-game stretch. Or
to keep things fresh or
yeah, because you can only do it on the mental side. As much as we talk about guys getting rested and sitting out games for maintenance issues and load management and those kind of things, the tweaks that you can make on the floor in terms of a couple of new sets on offense or defensively, let's make this challenge for the next few months, will grow the foundation of what coaching staffs are capable of doing with that team as they go on.
Gets the three-pointer to fall.
That's why Chris Paul is so special, is because he can just navigate around pick and rolls, find open areas, and there's just no defense for that.
Now here's Johnson. He's coming off a 13-point game against San Antonio.
His passing, another high point in that game. He made sure it wasn't all about him. He wanted to get his teammates involved.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Gallinari wide open. His three-pointer's off the mark.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Right side Lowry. Van Vliet finds Siakam. Outside Gasol. Shot clock at 6. And the 3 off target.
Ooh, he missed an easy chance to put some points on the board. He won't get a much better look at that kind of shot again here probably tonight.
Well, the Raptors' Nick Nurse winning an NBA title in his first season. Greg is an NBA head coach.
The first time a head coach who'd also helmed a team in a foreign league has won it. Nurse often reminisces fondly on those days coaching in Europe. And this summer he was entrusted with coaching the Canadian national team at the FIBA World Cup.
The first one falls. And for the Thunder, a lot of the assistant coaches leaving this past summer. Greg, how much of a concern is that for head coach Billy Donovan?
Possibly a sign that Donovan could be on the hot seat in OKC. I mean, 3 consecutive first-round exits. Donovan on the final year of his deal. The clock is definitely ticking.
That one misses, so he goes 1 for 2.
As he enters his mid-30s, Marc Gasol showing no signs of slowing down. If anything, I think he's a better all-around basketball player.
Now, there are only a few players in the league who can hit a teammate like that in stride. Beautiful assist.
And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, a bit ago, Billy Donovan and I were able to talk. They were able to get the better of the Raptors in the first contest between these two teams. But they know they'll come back strong. Coach said, you look at their team, Lowry, Siakam, Van Vliet, they are competitors. I know they've had this matchup marked on their calendars, looking for revenge. I'm sure he's right about that. Guys?
Thank you, David. Van Vliet can't get it to go. And through his first 8 seasons in the NBA, Marc Gasol made a total of 12 three-pointers. Nowadays, Greg, he'll make more than that in a month.
and you ask around, he's always been capable. A great shooting touch. It's just a different job description for big men nowadays.
Now here's Paul. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Minnesota.
And it was an unselfish night for him as well. He got plenty of assists to go along with all those points.
And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Van Vliet kicks to Lowry. On the wing, Johnson. Taking a look at his numbers, he averages about 7 points a game. And Adams sends it back.
Well, he can be intimidating. Steven Adams, such a big frame down there, and great timing on that block. Always fun to look at. Not tremendously efficient, but the floater, boy, those sure are pretty.
Now here's Van Vliet. His last outing, he had 8 points. Siakam inside. Gallinari on him. And so it's Gallinari with it. He'll bring it up for the Thunder. And the foul called on Pascal Siakam. That's foul number 2 for him.
And that's his second foul already, and that's going to force him to tone down his aggression defensively.
The Raptors making a switch here. Ibaka's checked in. Raptors trail by 6. To the inside, Gasol. And finished off by Gasol.
Yeah, and it doesn't take much elevation for Gasol to throw one down, of course, unless somebody's standing right in his way. That dunk is going to be easy money for him.
Down low. Adams, the pass to Baisley. Tries again. They shoot again. Adams against Gasol. And Adams kicks to Gallinari. Oklahoma City moving it around. Well, it was only a matter of time, but they finally get the bucket.
Gallinari gathers his rhythm. He simply rises up and nails the interior shot.
Van Vliet passes to Lowry. And there's the call on Kyle Lowry. That's his first foul.
Yeah, way to get there first and be willing to absorb the contact.
The Thunder leading by 6. Paul outside. Up top, Adams. Kicks it to Gallinari. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Back to Gallinari. Offensive rebound. Adams lays it up and banks it in.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
Gasol on the high post. And the officials calling for a 3-second violation. You better keep your hands up if you've been playing with these guys over the past month, because if you're open, they'll find you. And you look at Van Vliet, top 5 in the NBA, and his teammates love it.
Really been in sync with his teammates over that period. I mean, his passing has been phenomenal.
Now here's Paul. He's been a factor in their offense on most nights with his scoring average at nearly 16 points a game. They recover it.
And Steven Adams does all of the dirty work. I mean, all of it, Kevin. A defensive anchor, and continues to play with tremendous energy on a nightly basis.
And Toronto making a change here. Hollis Jefferson's checked in. And so Adams nails both of them. And just like his brother Powell, Marc Gasol active in humanitarian causes.
I mean, we saw him volunteering on rescue boats in the Mediterranean. Mark doing his part, but also bringing attention to that humanitarian crisis.
Now here is Ibaka. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him.
He's got so many ways to score in the post. Just nifty, uses fakes. You have to have a body on him every time he's down there.
Paul for 3. Hollis Jefferson with the rebound.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
Van Vliet, and it's blocked. Now Gilgeous-Alexander. He had a 33-point outing in their last game against Minnesota.
Well, if he's going to keep shooting, they've got to run some plays for him. Screens, pick and rolls, anything they can do to get him started.
Here's Hollis Jefferson. The pass to Ibaka. Back to Hollis Jefferson. The Raptors need to get a shot off. Van Vliet. And the Raptors miss again.
And on the glass so far, it hadn't even been close.
Gallinari outside. And a great assist by Gilgeous-Alexander as that one goes in. Gallinari's got 5.
Their play on both ends has been superb. We'll see if they can maintain the momentum.
Like tonight, that all the hustle plays have meant so much to this team. Now just sustain some of that energy and keep comfortable.
The drive by Lowry. Brett, when you look back on all the stars you played against during your career, who was the biggest intimidator?
Well, I think about intimidating players, and the first word that comes to mind is Anthony Mason. I know he wasn't a bona fide star player,
Superstar,
but
right.
you know the role that he had for
Yes,
the
I
teams
do.
that he played with, and Anthony Mason was a player you did not want to be playing against. During my era, most of the years that I had some successes and minutes on the floor, it was certainly Kevin Garnett. The way that KG approached every game, and you spent many seasons watching him very closely. From year 1 to year 18 or 19, KG came at you every game, every night with the same kind of zest and excitement to compete.
Well put. The basket counts and 1. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it a 3-point play. Ferguson's checked in for the Thunder. For Oklahoma City, they have been successful on 3 of their 4 free throw attempts up to this point.
Well, it's been up and down the last few years for Nerlens Noel, but there are still some impactful numbers for the minutes that he's on the floor as a rim protector.
Now here is Lowry. He had 16 points in the win against San Antonio. Powell, the pass to Lowry. And again, no good by Toronto. And for Noel, his numbers will never match the visual impact he has on the floor, wouldn't you say?
Oh, he's definitely a player about the little things out there, just being a rim protector, making sure that guys think about him when they're attacking the rim.
Just a late reaction there from the defense, and he is always going to finish that one.
And it's Oklahoma City's ball. They're on a 20-7 run. Pass to Muscala. Back to Schroeder. There's the lob to the hoop. Deft touch on the alley-oop.
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
Yeah, if you walked in at any point during this game to watch 5 minutes of play, one team played harder. We know who that was.
And so here's Toronto following the score by Oklahoma City. And so it looks like the Raptors will retain possession here. Patrick McCaw, he's checked in for Kyle Lowry. Ibaka in the post. He's covered by Noel. Shots good by Ibaka.
Yeah, high percentage look there for Ibaka. He can be automatic in there when given room.
And it's Schroeder with the ball. He brings it up for the Oklahoma City Thunder. 13-point lead coming off that loss against the Timberwolves.
And that was a game to forget. You'd like to find some teachable moments, but I think they'd like to just turn the page and move forward.
Yeah, and quick, like as quick as possible. That was a dismal showing, especially for them at the offensive end.
Good. The Thunder leading by 11. Robertson the pass to Noel. Schroeder with the ball. Coming in off a 10-point performance last game out. Noel finds Schroeder. And here is Muscala. Nailed from three-point land. And the Thunder lead by 14.
You know, it's going to be tough to win when you give the other team second and third opportunities to score the ball.
And looking now at some numbers for Noel. This past month, he's really set himself apart. He's averaging 7 points a game, 9 rebounds, then just over 2 blocks. And every team needs a good backup big to spell the starters, and that's what he brings to the table.
The role consists of rebounding, setting screens, protecting the rim. Anything else he gives you is found change in the couch.
The free throw drops for Powell. You know, Greg, for the Thunder fans, hard to see their star power dwindle, but they got a lot in return.
Yeah, but the Thunder were capped out. They hadn't made it past the first round in 3 years. And in exchange for Paul George, they got one of the richest trade packages in league history.
That one is no good. Here's Ibaka. Tries yet again. And the rejection by Noel.
Noel in there to intimidate, and does so there.
Goes up again.
And you know what, call it great defense or poor offense. Either way, they're limiting their scoring.
And the foul called on OG Anunoby. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line. The Thunder have shot 80% from the line tonight, going 4 of 5 so far.
And as a unit, they're shooting 78% from the line. That's a solid number to work with on the season.
And good on the second, so he makes them both. And you watch Dennis Schroeder, you can see how deadly Brent he can be when he's locked in.
Well, he accepted the role in Oklahoma City about coming off the bench and trying to be a spark plug. For Schroeder, it's really about consistency, Kevin.
Here's McCall, defended by Robertson. 4 on the clock. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. And here's a look at some numbers for Siakam.
And guys, for a measure of how he's performing offensively, look no further than the true shooting percentage. There's been a steady drop in his last 5 games, and he's got to be scrambling now to get that feel back.
Now here's Schroeder. He's certainly been a consistent piece of their offense, averaging about 14.5 points a game.
Now that's just enough defensive pressure on him to throw off that shot. I bet he gets a good look at it next time and hits it.
And wait to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
Yeah, but look at the basket, guys, still shaking. 1:39 left to play in the first quarter. Robertson kicks to Noel. Oklahoma City moving the ball around. Here's Schroeder. Connects on the 17-footer. And the Thunder lead by 15.
Yeah, off to a strong start here early. 6 points off second chance buckets.
Pass to Hollis Jefferson. Oh, that was huge.
Incredible. And I gotta say, sort of surprising he goes for a slam that difficult when they're trailing.
But still a magnificent move to the rim. Oklahoma City leading by 13. Here's Schroeder. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Greg, last season, Dennis Schroeder transitioning to more of a 6-man role with the Thunder.
And for his first go at that role, I thought Schroeder looked really good. He's always been able to score and create, and coming off the bench might be the best spot for him.
Here's McCall. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. 35 seconds left to play here in the first. Anunoby, good.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high percentage looks from inside.
Oklahoma City's gone 3 of 6, 50% from deep so far tonight. Ball's knocked loose. Schroeder dishes to Robertson. Back to Schroeder. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Ferguson for 3. Rebound by the Raptors. Their last game, a win against San Antonio, looking to carry that into this one.
They shot the lights out from deep, really stretched out the defense.
in that one.
Yep, made the defense work extremely hard and did a nice job of getting any advantage they could against the team that shot it well.
And so it's the Oklahoma City Thunder with a 10-point lead, some breathing room heading into the break. And they've done a phenomenal job down low, so many of their points coming right at the rim. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute. Chris Ball talks about the matchups he faces at the point guard.
The toughest position in the NBA night in and night out is the point guard position. You know, every night you look at the board, the coach is pretty much going to say, their team goes as such and such goes. You know what I mean? So that's the toughest part, and that's probably the funnest part, too, because it's competition.
And CP3, one of the most competitive players in the game.
It's an obsession with him, and you can see how hard he gets after it every time he takes the court.
And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. What stands out to you from Oklahoma City in this one?
Well, one way to generate more offense, pound the offensive glass. That was the difference in the first.
Keep plays alive with your activity. That's what it's about.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. Taking a look at the Thunder, Muscala is out there with Noel. Then there's Dennis Schroeder. Then there's Robertson. And it's Ferguson in at the 3 spot. Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, after 5 years as an assistant in Toronto, last season Nick Nurse moved to head coach of the Raptors, and the team responded, winning the franchise's first NBA championship. Nurse has been at this for 3 decades. He got his first head coaching position at the age of 23, and he has moved all throughout basketball, both domestically and abroad, guiding 15 teams in 5 different countries. And after winning it all last year, Kevin, he's finally made it to the top.
David, he sure has a long and winding journey. Thank you. Brent, if you were building an offensive system from scratch, what would be your favorite style of play?
I would really tend to lean on 3 guards that could handle the basketball, Kevin. Guys who can initiate plays from all over the floor and really look to find players that are smart about playing off the ball. You've combined 3 of those guys with the skill set, so one has it, and the other 2 are maneuvering around. They're going to cause so much commotion. They're going to cause so many breakdowns defensively within a possession that a multitude of playmaking players, that would be tremendous. And
tough
all of those
defend,
guys,
right? I mean,
yeah, but all those guys too, Kevin, on top of that, if we talked about their physical nature and stature, I would want guys that are 6'6", 6'7", and long, because when you get back to the other end, you want them to be able to coordinate and take up enough room defensively to cause some problems. But man, 3 guards, 3 long guards, and this is something that Phil Jackson relied on during the years when they won championships in Chicago. He always looked for long guards. Aside from Jordan and Pippen, there was the Ron Harpers of the world that helped accentuate what they could do on the perimeter.
Fred VanVleet is checked in for the Raptors. And so he makes both from the line.
Probably as close to a sure thing as you can have at the free throw line.
Now here's Schroeder, covered by VanVleet. Launches a 3. That shot off. And it's the Raptors taking it the other way. Last time they met was in Toronto.
Yeah, but when you shoot a percentage in the low 30s.
Wow, hammering it in.
And Kevin, even though they're down, he's still looking to do the spectacular, and he did.
Well, maybe this is the best time to do it. We're closing in on 2 minutes played here in the second quarter. And Muscala has it in the corner. And again, no good by Oklahoma City.
So weird. Sometimes when you get that much time, it can throw you off just as much as having no time.
And here is Van Vliet. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. And pushing it up here. Here is Oklahoma City. Stolen by Van Vliet. Here's Siakam. It's rebounded by Robertson.
A lot of defenders choose to just back up off of him when he's in that tight, try to avoid the and one, and this time they're not backing off.
Raptors trail by 10. In the corner, it's Van Vliet. And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Off target at the rim. On the wing, Robertson. He kicks it to Schroeder. Knocked away. And Gasol sends it back. And it goes down 2 points. And it's 7 points for Nerlens Noel. And so Van Vliet will bring it up for the Raptors. Only given up 6 here in this quarter. Then Gasol with the dunk.
Straight rim rocker.
It looked like, Greg, for a second, like he might rip the cylinder loose. The Thunder leading by 10. Timeout is called. First of the game for the Thunder. And only 6 feet tall in shoes, Fred Van Vliet's not the biggest, but his toughness, Greg, his toughness, mentally and physically, is unquestioned.
And Kevin, growing up in Rockford, Illinois, gave him that perspective. Friends and family gone too soon. Basketball was the path to something better.
Some changes for Toronto. Johnson comes in for Patrick McCaw, and it's Kyle Lowry in for Powell. Pass to Baisley. Adams outside. Shot clock at 5. To the left side wing. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And he hits it just before the shot clock expires. Gilgeous-Alexander's got his 3rd basket of the night right there. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Adams against Gasol. Shoots over Adams. That's it, and the Oklahoma City lead is cut down now to just 10 on the basket from Gasol.
And that's your all-star center. Gasol making a play. He gives this team a lot of size and a lot of toughness on both ends.
The pass to Adams. Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He's got 6. Adams, the pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. And now here's Johnson, the fast break chance. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Johnson does a good job right there of just making the defense be in the wrong spot. That's a foul.
The Raptors shooting their 7th and 8th attempts at the foul line tonight.
And really, the form at the line all season has been terrific. 79% as a team.
Shooting 2.
And he makes the first.
And getting to the line and hitting your free throws, a good way to get back into the game. It stops the clock and extends the game and allows you the opportunity to set your defense. They've been perfect from the line so far here in the second quarter.
Gallinari, he's checked in for Noel. So he makes 1 of 2 as the second one misses. Brent, when constructing a team, it's always tricky to fit in max contracts. But the truth is, some players probably deserve much more money than they're allowed to receive.
Incredible to say that, right,
It
Kevin?
is, yeah.
But there are guys like LeBron James whose $35 million contract might be worth 100.
I always thought about Jordan too, right? I mean, my goodness.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. And for the years that Michael Jordan was underpaid in Chicago for what it was he was doing. But in terms of competitive balance for the league and 30 franchises, and for you to try to build a team and a roster to put out on the floor to play this game and have opportunities to win championships, it's really the only way, and sometimes unfairly for guys in terms of their competition and compensation to have to put maximums on what it is that players can earn.
Oof, this has been brutal. I mean, he still hasn't made a single shot. No wonder they're struggling.
Here's Lowry. It's good for his second make. He's made 2 of 3 so far.
A veteran guard with a knack for penetrating defenses. Lowry can pretty much get any shot he wants.
Now, Gilgeous-Alexander. 6 points for him. He dishes it to Paul. Shoots over Van Vliet. The Thunder with another miss.
They've been able to have some team success in this game despite what's been an awful shooting night for him.
And now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander, the fast break champs. Good work defensively by Johnson. Raptors trail by 9. The drive by Siakam. Right side Gasol. And Adams sends it back. And he recovers it. Siakam kicks to Van Vliet. Toronto working the ball around now to the right side. 6 to shoot. And another shot. No good that time. Some solid defense from Gallinari. Floats one up. Rejected by Gasol. Lowry drives in. 2 points. That one goes. Lowry's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And with the body control and jump shot Lowry possesses, he has been known to torch you from the perimeter.
Van Vliet up top, defended by Paul. Here's Siakam. He scores the basket. That's field goal number 3 for him.
Such a critical part of how their offense is going to flow. Things are only working when he seems to be on the floor.
And so it's Paul with it, bringing it up for the Oklahoma City Thunder. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. Gallinari surveying the D. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. They get Marc Gasol. Well, when Danilo Gallinari came into the NBA, Brent, he was just a catch-and-shoot type player. But he's so much more than that now.
Well, I think with the way the league has changed with the three-point shot and Gallinari's ability to do that, he's gotten a lot smarter about picking his spots when the pump fake can drive in and draw some contact.
Catching up on the changes for Toronto, Serge Ibaka has checked in for Gasol. And Hollis Jefferson subbed in for Stanley Johnson. Gallinari hits them both.
And they have yet to miss a shot from the line here this quarter.
Raptors trail by 7. Van Vliet with it. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Tries from 7. And it's Ibaka getting it to go.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
The Thunder shooting just 34% from the floor. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Paul.
And a moment here to see the numbers for Pascal Siakam.
He's averaging 20 points, 9 rebounds, and 2 assists.
And guys, he can just explode for points anytime he steps on the court.
Well, he looks to score, and he looks to score often.
Here's Van Vliet. He averages more than 12 points a game. That's some dependable production. Here's Siakam. That falls. Nice feed that time from Kyle Lowry. Lowry's got his 3rd assist on the night. The Thunder leading by 3. Passes it to Paul. Shoots over Van Vliet. Paul with the bucket. Paul's got his 2nd bucket of the night.
Love seeing CP3 shoot from there. He just owns that area of the floor. One of the best jumpers in the history of the game.
Siakam outside. Back to Van Vliet. Fires the three. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 5 rebounds tonight.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
Siakam looking around. Here's Hollis Jefferson. He averages a bit over 6 points a game. Lowry finds Ibaka. Just 5 on the clock. Pass to Hollis Jefferson. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Beasley, good.
Traditionally, that's how you want to finish the break, right at the rim.
Yeah, anything other than a layup in that situation, probably disappointing. Had numbers, took advantage.
And here is Van Vliet. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Ibaka against Adams. There's Hollis Jefferson. And the Raptors miss again. The Thunder leading by 7. Tipped away. And stolen by Siakam. And there's Lowry. That's good on the assist by Siakam. And that's now 9 points for Kyle Lowry. .157 left here in the second. Thunder shooting 35% so far in the second. They need to move the ball around more and find better looks. Paul outside. Shoots over Van Vliet. Paul with the bucket. Paul's got 4 points in the quarter.
Just love to see Chris Paul operate in that area. Slows himself down. Great balance. That's one of his many strengths.
Van Vliet looking around. Ibaka, the pass to Van Vliet. Clock at 6. To the middle. Looks for Lowry. Gets it to him. Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He's got 6. Paul outside. Knocks it loose. Fires from the line. Serge Ibaka pulls it in. Ibaka's got 6 rebounds now in the game. The drive by Siakam. And that one, good. Siakam's got 10 points in the game.
Yeah, that first quarter was a bit shaky. Good to see a player who doesn't let a slow start get to him.
If they time it right, they can end this quarter with a 2-for-1.
And that's how you want to end the quarters.
Siakam against Gallinari. They get it again. Here's Beasley. Back to Gallinari. Another shot. And the rejection by Ibaka.
The size, the timing of Ibaka, tailor-made for protecting the rim.
Yep, it goes, and the Oklahoma City lead is cut down now to just 3 on the basket from Van Vliet. Al Paul. He's got 7. Over Siakam. So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. Thunder lead by 3. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks, Kevin. Chris, hot start, cool finish. What happened out there?
Well, we came out with a lot of energy, but in the second quarter, it died down a little bit. You know, it's real. Everybody's very excited. You know, our team's excited, their team's excited, officials excited, you know what I mean? So we just got to calm down and play a little bit.
And I'm excited. Thanks, Chris. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second half of basketball right after this.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
We welcome you back. Ernie Johnson with Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Quite the tussle there in the first half, huh? Oklahoma City has the edge here at halftime. they've got a 3-point lead. Kenny, what did you see from them?
Well, they've gotten to the line tonight a lot. Basically, they're saying, I'm going to take it to you, and the only way you can stop me is to foul me. But here's the thing. If you're afraid to sacrifice your body, you'll never pick up a lot of free throws. So great job in the first half.
Shaq, let's get your insight on Toronto.
Reminds me of Kenny's suit selection. Has been very, very sloppy. Way too many turnovers. They look unorganized, out of control. It's not pretty basketball. The good news, though, they're still in a great position to win the game if they just cut down the turnovers.
And that'll about do it as we get ready for the second half. Let's take you down to Kevin Harlan.
Shout out to my main man, Joel.
Joel, what up?
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. Pascal Siakam, guys, really making a difference here.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him, really staying focused on quality shots.
Yeah, this is showing that they're not going to play at anybody else's pace but their own.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. And so it's Paul with it, bringing it up for Oklahoma City. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. So for Toronto right now, Siakam at power forward with Gasol at center. Van Vliet and Lowry are the 1 and the 2. And it's Johnson in at the 3 spot.
Adams just continuing to grind it out, outstanding staying after that possession, and then he grabs a second chance deuce.
Johnson finds Van Vliet. Outside Lowry. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City.
I wonder what the score would be if they weren't controlling the backboard. He's tried to get it going, but the shots simply have not been there. Nothing seems to be falling.
Got a piece of it. And a minute played as the second half gets going. Paul left side, and Adams with the slam. And that's a double-double for him now. 10 points and 11 rebounds.
Well, not many times does Adams get his number called for plays like that, but the oop there looked good.
You've got to love his aggressiveness to finish inside.
Well, his leaping ability gives him a great advantage. The Thunder leading by 5. Out to the right wing. Here's Paul, and Gasol sends it back. Lowry looking around. Here's Siakam. It's hauled in by Adams. Adams has got rebound number 12 now. Tenacity on the glass. Paul left side, inside, and Adams with the slam.
This is why you love Chris Paul running your offense. Just move without the ball, find some space, and the ball will find you.
Siakam against Gallinari. Lowry has the open look. Drills the three-pointer. Lowry's got 12 in the game.
Now that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, the coach over there just asking for one simple thing, and that's some effort. Got burned on that one.
Paul with the ball. He's got 7. Kicks to Gallinari. Out to the wing. Oh, the lob to Gallinari. And Gallinari throws it down.
Now, Gilgeous-Alexander, with that height at his position, allows him to do so many things other guys really pretty much dream of.
Now here's Van Vliet, defended by Paul. Outside Gasol. On the wing, Johnson. Just 5 to shoot. Back to Gasol. The 3 And the Raptors hit again from deep.
Yeah, these defenders had better start closing down on shooters.
The Thunder leading by 3. Here's Paul. Rebound by the Raptors.
I'm not sure where the lack of focus comes in there, Kevin. That's not like him. The defense is close, but there's enough space to score.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball.
And the most improved player in the league last season, Pascal Siakam, got better in every statistical category.
Mike Muscala is checked in for the Thunder. And then for Toronto, OG Anunoby's checked in for Johnson. Norman Powell comes in for Kyle Lowry. And it's Patrick McCaw in for Fred VanVleet. And it's tied up with that one. And it's those diamond-in-the-rough players that so often elevate the top teams. And, Greg, that's what the Raptors found in Pascal Siakam.
No doubt. The 27th pick back in 2016, now a full-time starter on a rookie contract, just over $2 million this season. He is due for a big raise.
Let's check out the Western Conference standings right now that we're here in the new year. Taking a look at Oklahoma City. This season has been a struggle for them. They're down at the bottom of the conference.
And, you know, for the Thunder, they haven't gotten anywhere near where they wanted to be this season. Pretty clear there's a big talent gap between them and the true contenders.
Well, you hope that they realize that and they have some self-awareness, but can they win some games, carry some positive energy, maybe some momentum into the offseason with which to build on?
And again, no good by Oklahoma City. Toronto's gone 2 of 2 from long range in the third quarter so far. On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, one of the reasons Toronto was able to win the NBA championship was the astronomical improvement from Pascal Siakam, who was recognized as the league's most improved player. It was the dream of Pascal's late father that he'd reach this level, and his determination to make that reality has brought him a long way from home. Kevin?
It has indeed, D.A. Great story, and thank you. And that drops, so they now lead by 1. Dennis Schroeder's checked in for Paul. Siakam hits them both.
Makes it pretty tough on the defense. Who you going to pick to send to the free throw line? And he's hitting the free throws right now. Form looks good.
Fast break, Toronto. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
And you've got to give them a lot of credit for just battling back into this game.
Well, there's an ebb and a flow. They had a hard time earlier, but now, flow.
Out to the right wing. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's Adams. Goes to the reverse layup and drops it in. Adams has got 8 points here in this quarter.
Well, he hasn't missed yet, guys, and the defense is scrambling for answers to stop this hot start.
Here's McCall. He averages about 5 points a game. To the paint. Here's Gasol. And the rebound goes to the Thunder. Schroeder outside. Gilgeous-Alexander. The shot's good on the assist by Schroeder. Schroeder's got 3 assists now in this one. The Raptors have gone 5 of 9 on field goal attempts since halftime. Here's McCall. Gilgeous-Alexander covering. Gasol kicks to Powell. And the Raptors hit again from deep.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Thunder trailing by 3. Pass to Adams. Now here's Schroeder, defended by Gasol. The pass to Baisley. Back to Schroeder. 6 on the shot clock. Rejected by Gasol. Raptors leading by 3. The drive by Siakam. And it's good, 2 points. Siakam's got 9 points here in the second half.
Oh, man, this would be a different ball game if they didn't have this type of scoring to rely on.
Oklahoma City's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Gilgeous-Alexander with it. Foul on him. Gilgeous-Alexander, good.
And Gilgeous-Alexander showing just how difficult he can be to guard at times.
Toronto's gotten the 3 ball working for them in the second half. They've hit 3 out of 3 shots from long range. Passes it to Gasol. He kicks to Powell. Pass to Anunoby. Here's Gasol. Shoots over Adams. With the clock winding down. A second chance effort. And Siakam with the nice bucket inside. Siakam's got 11 here in this quarter alone. Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City.
And coach can't be happy, and I think I know why. Their defense putting up no resistance inside.
No, they're not preventing them from scoring, and if you can get to a high efficiency shot on the floor, and that's the paint, you just keep going.
So both teams changing it up here.
And let's review some numbers for Steven Adams. 8th in field goal percentage, and he's among the top 15 in rebounding. Just a powerful presence in the paint.
And back to his phenomenal efficiency from 3, top 10 in the league. His consistent shooting creates so many openings in the defense. Shooter kicks to Gilgeous-Alexander. With some arc, and oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
Gilgeous-Alexander, such growth in his first year, continues to show he's learning this game.
First trip to the line for him here.
And you know, something I remember from their last game was how good he was at the line.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That's good from Gilgeous-Alexander.
Gilgeous-Alexander, such an intriguing prospect coming out of Kentucky. I can't wait to watch in a new system how it is that he starts to understand and develop further his offensive play.
Second free throw, no good. And so Ibaka will bring it up for the Toronto Raptors. 4-point game. Here's Anunoby. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. 2 seasons at Indiana for OG Anunoby. And the 23rd pick of the 2017 draft. Great talk about his game.
You know, NBA ready physically from day one. You know, still working for consistency with his shooting, especially at the free throw line. But I like his potential as a two-way player.
And the first one drops.
Impeccable from the line since halftime.
So after making the first, he goes 1 for 2.
And the potential Anunoby has is exciting. Has the athleticism, the shooting touch, and the drive to keep improving. Oh, going high to throw that one down.
Sky high. Fantastic one-hand jam. Lowry passes to Gasol. For 3. They get the rebound. Goes back up. They shoot again. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. Steven Adams picks one up.
Defensive Player of the Year back in 2003. Gasol entered the league with a raw skill set, a lot of size, and we've seen the determination.
And he makes the first.
And good job bringing that free throw percentage up here in the second half, doing a great job at the line.
And so Marcus All nails both of them.
And one difference this half is that when they get to the line, they're converting.
Schroeder kicks to Noel. Pass to Adams. Dishes to Schroeder. It's stolen. And there's the pass to Powell. Misses the layup.
Well, the D's so tight on him and makes him alter his shot. And an easy chance turns into a tough one because the defense is swarming.
Adams' shot is good.
And he's clearly led the way offensively. The question is, can they ride him and get back into it?
Raptors leading by 3. Lowry dishes to Ibaka. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Noel's got 6 rebounds in the game. Here's Schroeder, and the rejection by Ibaka. Here's Anunoby, defended by Robertson, and the Raptors miss again. Oklahoma City has gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third, still 0 for 3. And it's Schroeder missing.
And this feels like it's snowballed a little bit on them. The more he tries to shoot his way out of this slump, the worse it seems to get. They need him to get it together.
That one doesn't drop. Here's Robertson, and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. Kyle Lowry picks one up there.
Robertson being aggressive that time, so staying away from the catch and shoot game and taking it at the defense.
So he can't get either to fall.
And a power forward in college. Robertson's been working on increasing his shooting range ever since he entered the league.
Important points there. Got him on a nice play, getting the ball inside and right.
Thunder trailing by 5. And here's Schroeder. He has 5. Looking to end his cold spell. Good work defensively by Lowry.
And there hasn't been anything easy for him in this period.
No, I haven't seen him in comfortable spots, or at least spots we've seen in this offensive set that are allowing him to settle in.
The Thunder shooting approximately 43% in the third quarter. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. The shot comes out. Now Toronto takes it the other way. Anunoby passes to Lowry. And finished off by Gasol.
And this is right around the time when one team might start to pull away.
Yeah, this team is looking to add to the lead, trying to put the other team away, and threatening here.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Gasol with the steal. Lowry for 3. Count that as his 7th field goal in 9 tries. He's shooting 78%.
Deceptive and skilled at that guard position. When Lowry's scoring like this, good luck trying to defend him.
And so it's Schroeder with the ball. He'll bring it up for Oklahoma City. Down by 12. To stop the run. They grab their own miss. It's stolen by Ibaka. Passes to Powell. Off on the layup.
I think he rushed that one just a little bit, thinking the defense was going to get close. They weren't.
Here's Robertson, and that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Serge Ibaka picks one up there.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First free throw is good. A different look for Oklahoma City. Molinari comes in for Adams. And Paul subbed in for Gilgeous-Alexander. And then for Toronto, Johnson, he's checked in for Gasol. Hollis Jefferson comes in for OG Anunoby. And it's Fred VanVleet in for Powell. He's off on the second.
They're not doing themselves any favors with their free throw shooting this half.
Lowry passes to Hollis Jefferson. The dish to Johnson. Here's Lowry. It's good with the assist that time from Johnson. Lowry's got the lead up to 13 now for Toronto. And so it's Oklahoma City with it. They'll be playing host to Miami for their next game. They'll find themselves in the middle of this string of 3 straight at home. Ibaka against Noel. To the inside. The rebound by Ibaka. Toronto leading by 13. Lowry passes to Hollis Jefferson. Over Noel. And it comes off the front of the rim. Oklahoma City shooting at 36% on the night. They've got to step it up offensively. And slam dunk by Noel.
A heady play there from Schroeder, zipping the pass to the teammate who had the cleanest look on the possession.
Toronto's gotten 12 of their points from long range in the third quarter, going 4 of 5 shooting. VanVleet passes to Lowry. To the wing right side. Here's Hollis Jefferson. Some solid defense from Gallinari.
And if that's the best look you can get on a possession, what a waste of a trip down the floor.
Yeah, see the coach? He's got that frown on his face. I think we know why. Not a high percentage look. Well, his shooting this quarter has to be a huge concern, especially when they're behind like this. Can he find a rhythm?
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
We've got 22 seconds left in the third. Now here's Schroeder. He has 5. Lets it go with the 3. Knocks down the 3 ball. Schroeder's got 8.
And right there, Dennis Schroeder shows some confidence by nailing the jumper.
Pascal Siakam getting it done for Toronto. He comes away with 11 points in the quarter and is showing no signs of fatigue. And we'll be back with you shortly. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
The coaches talk about it all the time, but to be able to play with that kind of feel, nice play, collaborating, improvising, and organic.
Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. Raptors leading by 10. Robertson and Gallinari at the small and power forward positions. Chris Paul is out there with Dennis Schroeder, and it's Noel in at the 5. That's the lineup out there for the Thunder. VanVleet passes to Ibaka, and the rejection by Noel.
Well, in the rebounding game, at least, it's been a strong physical performance for him.
Now, you're pretty confident that Chris Paul is going to make the right decision with the basketball.
The Raptors shooting here about 46% for the game. Now here's VanVleet, defended by Paul. Lowry. Free throw drops for Kyle Lowry.
A 5-time All-Star. Lowry has come a long way since being drafted 24th overall back in 2006.
And so he hits both. Thunder trailing by 10. And he's going up for the alley-oop. And slam dunk by Noel.
And hard to decide which was better, the pass, the catch, or the slam.
Oh, there's no wrong answer. Sensational alley-oop. Ibaka outside. Shot clock at 6. Pass to Johnson. And stolen by Robertson. Down low. Here's Noel. And Noel throws it down.
Wow, getting these bonus points from a guy who offensively you don't tend to lean on. This is helping out the squad.
And just tacks a few more points onto their lead with the tomahawk.
That's bringing it down hard. We've gone about a minute and a half into the fourth quarter. And so it's Paul bringing it up for the Thunder. That's tipped and stolen by Kyle Lowry. To the inside. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down. And it's a 10-point Raptor lead.
Now, there's some easy offense there. Keep finding looks in that area, and their shooting percentages tonight are going to be off the charts.
Lowry against Paul. Here's the teardrop. And the rejection by Ibaka. In the corner, it's Van Vliet. Back to Lowry. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
That one is off. So it's both teams making substitutions here. Good on the second free throw.
And they didn't shoot it very well from the line in the first half, but they've gotten much better since halftime, and it's helped them to secure the lead.
Schroeder surveying the floor. And it's Toronto with the rebound. Ibaka's got rebound number 11 for him here tonight. Johnson, the pass to Siakam. And Siakam throws it down.
Not surprised at all. He's shooting it well and scoring points in bunches.
Just over 2.5 minutes played now here in the final quarter of regulation. Paul dishes to Noel. Gallinari outside. Back to Noel. Five to shoot. Oklahoma City needs to get off a shot. Paul for 3, but they recover it.
And I just love how he's banging down low. His hard work will let them use some more of the clock here.
Here's Van Vliet. The Thunder pull it in.
Well, there's more he could have done in this game for sure, but it hasn't kept them from pulling ahead.
And the rejection by Ibaka. It's stolen by Lowry. Here's Johnson. Good, and Van Vliet gets the assist. Van Vliet's got his 6th assist on the night.
Seeing Johnson in the probe and attack mode is helpful. Look determined to create something there.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
And there's the foul. It goes on Serge Ibaka. That's his 3rd foul of the game. Paul against Lowry. Paul outside. 6 on the shot clock. Beasley passes to Noel. Trying to end the drought, and Paul gets it to go in.
How about the way Chris Paul manipulates the defense with the handle there? Phenomenal at keeping his focus.
And Siakam throws it down.
Now flying high and throwing it down with the one-hand.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys. Thunder trailing by 15. Now Paul. The teardrop falls in. Paul's got 6 points in the quarter.
Now that basket must be widening out right now, Kevin. He's making almost every shot he's putting up this quarter.
Siakam. And it's Noel with the rebound. Noel's got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active. That one goes in. 15 points for Chris Paul.
And for an undersized player, Chris Paul's a pretty good finisher around the rim. Certainly knows all the angles.
Van Vliet with it. Pass to Siakam. Here's Van Vliet, and the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back. Here's a look at what's coming up for Toronto. On Friday, they'll take on John Wall and the Washington Wizards. And then on Saturday, they'll start out on the road and play the Timberwolves in Minnesota.
And for that game against the Hawks, it's going to be a battle for this group. You get the feeling they'll need to be at their sharpest if they want to come away with a victory.
Paul passes to Gallinari. To the middle. Here's Schroeder. Off the mark, had a chance to trim it to single digits. Now the pass to Siakam. Raptors moving the ball around. Count that one from Van Vliet.
He can be just lethal from the perimeter. Even though he didn't get good looks in the first quarter, will that make right there? That can change things.
And so it's Schroeder with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Thunder. Paul outside for three. The shot's good on the assist by Schroeder. Schroeder's got his 7th assist of the game with that last one. Raptors leading by 11. And here is Van Vliet. Passes it to Siakam. Over Gallinari. Nails the baby hook. Siakam's got 17 points here in the second half. For Oklahoma City, they've gone through the fourth quarter shooting 50%, 7 of 14. Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City.
Trying to snap them out of this little slump.
Well, they can't find the net right now, and all they need, I think, is just to get one to go, get back on track.
A chance now to recognize our Jordan player of the game, Pascal Siakam.
And it's been a ridiculous performance in the best sense possible. I mean, everything about his game has been working. And no matter what they've thrown at him, he's had the answer.
He silenced this crowd with an unreal display. His ability to drown out the noise and the hostility of an opposing crowd is pretty special. And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Well, over that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to listen to what Billy Donovan said to his team. He was disappointed in the shot selection. He told them, stay patient, run the offense, make the extra pass. We don't have to make up the deficit all at once. We'll see if they start shooting a little better. Kevin?
Now here's Van Vliet. Siakam outside. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Clearly a foul.
First one falls for him.
Yeah, sometimes in a game you settle a little bit before settling in, and right now I think he's a big factor in how they're getting to the line.
And he makes both free throws. Thunder trailing by 13. Paul passes to Adams. Here's Gallinari. And a great assist by Gilgeous-Alexander as that one goes in. And 11 points for Gallinari. They've been doing a great job of sharing the ball.
And guys, shot A comes to mind for me because right now that offense, it's a smooth operator.
Now here's Paul. He's covered closely. And a miss there with a chance to cut the lead to single digits. Toronto leading by 11. Inside, it's tipped. Siakam with it, now guarded by Gallinari. It's blocked, and he gets it back. Johnson, wide open, he fires. And Siakam throws it down.
Scraping and clawing, doing everything he can to grow that lead.
Emphatic on the putback stuff.
Now, team's having a tough time containing him, attacking all the way there.
Now Paul. Shoots over Van Vliet. Paul missing again.
Maybe there are ways to contribute that don't involve shooting the basketball. That's the best way that maybe he can help them out in trying to win this game.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
And hammering down the two-hand slam. Thunder trailing by 15. Shoots from the baseline. Here's Adams, and denied. He sends it right off the glass. He gets that one. Toronto's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Now here's Van Vliet, defended by Paul. Siakam kicks to Johnson. Clock at 6, outside Lowry. Three-pointer. The rebound by Steven Adams. The Thunder shooting about 43% here in the fourth quarter. From the arc. But they'll get another chance.
Yeah, maybe a little luck, maybe a little bit of heart. Both of those at play here. He's getting every offensive rebound.
And so here's Toronto. Van Vliet with it. Johnson, the pass to Siakam. Here's Gasol. The rebound by Steven Adams. And so it's Gallinari with it. He'll bring it up for Oklahoma City. It's a 13-point game. Raptors shooting 53% from the field in the fourth quarter. Can't ask for more than that from your offense. And now a fast break for the Thunder. Paul with the ball, and that one is good. Paul's got 13 points now in the quarter.
Didn't want to settle for something going away from the basket. Aggressive with a finger roll.
Pass to Gasol. Feeds to Johnson. From 8. Good, and the assist goes to Gasol. And the Raptors lead by 13.
And Johnson can bang down low and move a guy back to help create space to convert.
A minute 42 left to play in the final quarter. The drive by Paul, rejected by Gasol. To the paint. Here we go, one-on-one. Here's Baisley, and he goes up strong with one hand and flushes it down.
Now, Gallinari at that size can do a little bit of everything, and I like to see him dishing the rock.
Here's Van Vliet. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
Defensively, you can't afford to give him that kind of look, especially down this many points.
Teachable moment there. Lapses like this are backbreakers.
1:16 left to play here in the fourth. Here's Paul. Here's the lob to Adams. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
And these are the types of games where one team clearly has the edge. Tonight, it will be a win by a large margin for the Raptors.
Yeah, this has got to be one of the most rewarding wins they'll have this season. They could have easily gone quietly, but they fought back so hard
They really did. And I think it shows a little bit of the character of this group. And that's a testament to them. When things seem to be their most difficult, they have a way of rallying around one another and looking to be at their best.
So looking at the season total, this will be their 17th win.
And, you know, this is a win they wanted badly, guys. They did not want to get swept in the season series.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Pascal Siakam.
Just knows how to fill it up, and that's exactly what he did tonight. Nobody that they assigned to him could really get a handle on him.
And Gallinari kicks to Gilgeous-Alexander. Lowry against Paul. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Kyle Lowry picks one up there.
Love how Paul angles his body when he feels that contact and then pushes off and draws the foul every time.
Shooting 2.
No good on the free throw.
Well, at this point in his career, Chris Paul is all about trying to get that elusive championship. Will play whatever role it takes to get that mission done.
And he's good on the second. And here is Thomas. Pass to Hernandez. And so Toronto takes this one, but by a big margin. They came in here and took care of business like they were the home team.
And Kevin, how about the mental toughness that this group showed? They were never rattled at all by the opposing fans.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much. Mark, how do you break down what went well for your team in winning this game tonight?
Just a good all-around night. We believe that in the fourth quarter, I think we did a good job of, staying in the game. We just believe. On to the next one.
Yeah, this is a veteran team, and you guys showed your experience down the stretch. Thanks, Mark. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg Anthony, Brett Barry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thank you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. So long and good night, everyone.